Paint Pod at Suarez HQ for this week's live painting stream. You join us on a very soggy, wet and wind-beaten day here in Stroud, and this is a surprise week this week, so we've got lots of things hopefully to do in the next hour or so, lots of information, lots of things to talk about, and most importantly, plenty of art to create. So without further ado, my lovely friends, let's roll the credits and let's get into this. Okay, right then, good evening, one and all, young and old, or whatever you are. Right, this week on the live paint stream, we've got lots of exciting things hopefully we're going to do. I didn't really give it a title this week because I just kind of wanted to, well, let things pan out a little bit, but I have got two very, very clear ideas in my head, okay. So before we get going, before we say some hellos and some introductions, have a quick look at the comments. One thing I want to do is to introduce you to next week's live stream and the one after that. And there's a very good reason for that, ladies and gents, because they are going to be a little bit special. What, I hear you say? They're not special already, Ed? Why, thank you. Yes, of course they are. However, next week, my learned and esteemed colleague Adrian has been building probably his greatest ever achievement. He's probably having a chuckle to himself now behind the curtains. Honestly, we apart from his children, as he says, yeah, we can't reveal too much. Well, I'm not going to reveal anything about what it is, but we genuinely think that what he's designed and built today, ready for next week's live stream, we don't think anybody else has done this ever. I stand to be corrected, but that's what we think anyway. So please, please, please do spread the word, because next week, if it works, it literally will be a stroke of genius, but who knows whether it'll work or not. But it involves some big thing that's been made to help us do the painting, and it's absolutely insane. But yeah, you may have seen on social media we've had a picture of Adi with a long metal bar. So yes, Derek, you're wondering how that might be used. Well, in 7 days' time, you will find out. The week after that, it gets even better. We're ramping it up a little bit. In actual fact, potentially, although I haven't had it confirmed yet, we might be having a real client coming in here with me, with the mask on, to put some paint onto a painting that they're going to commission. So, how real is that? I mean, that's as literally as real as it gets. Whatever we do in here is fun for us, but when it's a real client and a real painting, it's pretty serious. So you can actually see what somebody else is going to have to go through right here in this pod in a fortnight's time. Fingers crossed we're going to make that happen. Okay, so we'll do a couple of shout outs first, and then I'll introduce you to a couple of upgrades, and we'll hit the ground running. So who have we got? We've got Funny Fox. Good evening, Funny Fox. And to George. Good evening, George. How are you? I think he's our youngest viewer. Who else have we got? We've got Barbs. Hello, Barbs. Derek Austin. Hello. We've got Lenora Delin. Hello there. How are you? Tanya Woodford. Very nice to see you. My microphone just fell out. Goodness me. Here we go. We've sailed into this week with no gremlins, and now all of a sudden my mic's fallen out. Oh. And the spongy bit has fallen off. Hang on. Oh, God, this is a good start, isn't it? Right, there with my little fuzzy knobby bit has fallen off. Let's see if I can get that attached back in there. Okay, Paul Ambler, good evening to you. Thank goodness you're watching at long last. Hello, sir. Sachin Dennis D'Souza. Hello, yes, nice to see you. Wendy, hello, Wendy, as ever. Michael McEwen. Hello, how are you, Michael? Very nice to hear from you. Barry Mack. Hey, Barry, thanks for the compliments. Really kind. We're quite eager to get going this evening. Did I mention Stephen? Yes, I think I mentioned Stephen from South Africa. Fantastic. Jack Nelson. Hey Jack, how you doing? Tim Stanton, nice to, you're excited because of the surprise. Yes, I know, we're all excited here, Tim. Yeah, Jack Nelson, hi, I haven't seen you before. Good evening to you, Sue. Cara Hines, hello, good evening. Daniel Marlett, good day from Ontario, Canada. Good day to you, sir. Lenora, did I say hello? Hello. Now then, I'm going to see if I can get this right. Sjoerd van Hintham. Hi there, and my apologies. That's easy for me to say. Apologies if I got your name slightly wrong there. Tanya Woodford. Henry the Artist 78. Oh, hello, good sir. We're all terribly polite here, aren't we? Isn't that wonderful? Oh, dear, fantastic. Jack, you're in the USA. Fantastic. Oh, and Zane Taylor. Good morning from New Zealand. Have you been surfing? Have you had your coffee? I hope so. Okay, good morning to you. Good day to you all. It's very, very nice to have you aboard. A few other hellos on my list. I've got Sue and Andrew hopefully watching, and also I may have Layla and Poppy, and I'm not sure if Kate's watching as well, but to all you guys, if you tuned in, hello and good evening. Very nice to see you. I've got one other announcement, and that's from one of the family, Ian Holmes, who's not going to be with us on the live streams for a little while. So if you're watching this on Catch Up, Ian, we all miss you and thank you so much for your input, certainly pretty much since we've started. So we will all miss you on the live streams. Hopefully you'll make it again sometime soon. Okay, great. So we'll do some more shout outs as we go along, ladies and gents, so don't worry about that. So if we switch to my chest cam just for a moment, I want to show you a couple of upgrades that we've done this week. So the first one is going to be the laptop. So we've got a laptop shelf. It's only from IKEA, but hey, you know, it's an upgrade. I like to show off. And then we've got a light in the corner. So we bought 2 new lights this week and one in the other corner, because we're rapidly learning that you literally have to have this place lit up like a supernova before it looks any good on camera. Okay, so there are a few upgrades we've done this week. As we wander over, we still on chest cam, buddy? Still on chest cam. Okay, so as we wander over now, we're going to have a little look at some of the things that we are hopefully going to be doing this evening. So I've got a vast selection of tools down here. I use the word tools in inverted commas very loosely, and in actual fact they're just offcuts of wood, but we're going to be using these tonight to create a couple of paintings. Well, hopefully a couple. Hopefully you'll stay with us for the duration. Now the first one I'm going to do, which is this 155 centimetre squared piece of canvas on the floor. This one is going to be created, it's going to be very linear, so it's going to be lots of lines, blocks, that kind of thing, but it's pretty much, apart from the base coat, going to be created using the selection of wood down here, because I like to do things differently. And then the cutout circles, which again AD has made, we're hopefully going to use those on the second piece, which is rolled up around that piece of canvas on the floor. Okay, almost ready to begin, my friends. Let's just take a quick look at the floor. You've probably seen this from the corner cam and the centre cam. If we go on the centre camera, the PTZ just for a moment. Hello, there we are. You can see this kind of halo on the floor. So last week, if you haven't watched last week's stream, please go to take a look. It's on the channel where we did a great big circular painting. This is what was deposited on the floor, which I nearly killed myself on a couple of occasions. Anyway, it's all for the cause. Let's not worry about that. Okay, so while I'm getting my gloves on, we're going to make a start now, ladies and gents. And I'm going to start with some base coating. Adi is going to go and turn the extractor on, which is great. Okay. And in the meantime, I must just tell you that we still haven't had the winner of the prize giveaway. They've still not claimed their painting, bizarrely enough. So, do you know what? If you have entered which I don't know which camera on, if you have entered the prize draw, then you're still in the chance of winning it, because the winner, we can't get hold of them, which is quite weird and quite bizarre. So, anyway, you've still got a chance of winning, basically, at the end of the day. Right then, let's get started. Hi, Robert Mungin, love your work. Thank you, Robert, that's very kind of you. Denise Weeks, greetings from New Orleans. Hi, how are you doing? Sjoerd, it's a Dutch name. Love your art and the way you work. Thank you, my friend. And what have we got? Abdul, hi Abdul. And Natalie, hello from Mexico. Hi, Natalie. Oh, you're on that one. Oh, and who's in Pittsburgh? Robert. Excellent. Right then. Okay, so I think we will get started. We should have some music on. I can definitely hear the extractor in the background. So we are pretty much game on, I think, ladies and gents. Right, okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start work on the square canvas that you can see in front of you. And for those of you who've not seen this before, which camera are we on, buddy? So I'm going to be using just... Sorry, microphone issue. It's going to be one of those nights, isn't it? I think actually I might have put the mask on that hasn't got the cutout in it. That's what it might be. So yeah, I think sorry ladies and gents, Adie's just going to hand me a different mask. I haven't got any paints out yet, so we're all right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I changed them both, so they're both got brand new ones. I just picked the wrong one up.
Right, oh, goodness me, have I done that now? Hopefully. Where's my little hole? There's my little hole, let's give that a go. Can't hear anything at the moment. Let's get myself plugged back in. Oh, there we go. Okay, just while I get redone, sorry everyone, I picked up the wrong mask like an idiot. There's Adie having a wave. Okay, just doing a comms check with Adie. Yes, I can hear you, mate. Yeah, can you hear me? Okay, we're all good. Ah, Gremlins. Hello, Felicity. Carl Hines. Hello, how you doing? Yes, it'd be nice to sell the floor for a fortune, wouldn't it? Wayne Tully, good evening from Hull. Hello, Wayne. Right, sorry about the audio there, ladies and gents. I just got the mask without the anchoring hole in there. Right, okay, let's paint, people. Woo! Okay, chest cam is working. Right, let's get some paint on. Right, so standard stuff just for the next 4 or 5 minutes. So I've actually I've cleaned the bench. You can't really see that, can you? But it's just a complete work of art. The bench, I think, it's probably the best one, along with the floor. Okay, right. So I'm in the mood for some melon. Let's do some melon. Okay, so all I'm going to do here, my friends, is I'm just going to give ourselves a base coat, because actually what we want to do, I've got to be producing painting with these tools this evening, so I just need to get some paint on as an anchor. That's all I'm really doing. So I think I'm going to just pop this as little kind of grey thing just to be going on with. Now onto white, so I've just put a pure white on. I'm going to go now with an aluminium. And this aluminium has got a slight metallic flake in it, so it's going to really look quite interesting under the lights, but I don't want too much. I just need enough, because I just want to take some of the, you see that on the overhead now, I just want to take some of the harshness of the white away. And actually what's interesting at this stage is that as I start to press paint down with the tools, I'm going to get some of this coming up. So yeah, let's just get this spread around anyway. Just want to get some paint on, that's literally all I want to do. Alright, so bear in mind a lot of this is going to get covered up, but if I'm at a point where, you know, I want to leave some of this exposed, I've got that option to do so. So we'll just get that spread around a little bit, nothing too bad, nothing major, there we go. Get this spread out, fairly standard stuff. Now, if you're new to the stream this evening, can I wish you a massive good evening on behalf of Adrian and myself. Thank you so much for tuning in on this Wednesday, or if you're in New Zealand, Thursday morning. But we really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for choosing to come and spend a little bit of time with us crazy people. It's really nice. You feel like our extended family, and there's no way I ever want to treat that as anything other than being very special. So we're very, very, very grateful that you choose to join us. Thank you. Okay, so we're on Corner Cam now. It's probably going to look a bit whited out because we've got a lot of lighting, so we're still trying to get the lighting sorted out, you know, but every week we're trying to hopefully make things a bit better for you guys, so you get a little bit more immersed in what's going on. If you could pop us onto chest cam just for a second, buddy. So chest cam's just giving you a first person view look down the pole at me doing a bit of spreading. Hopefully you can see, you know, we're getting some pools of paint. We're just doing a very, very light coat, so most of this is going to get covered up, but I'm quite eager always to get something going, so we're just going to move around in 360. Hi Max, you're from Minnesota. How are you doing? Very nice to hear from you this evening, Max. Thanks for joining us. Okay, so I'm going to leave that now. Basically, all I've done is use, so on the overhead, is use a very, very cheap, almost disposable window squeegees on the end of a long extending pole from one of the local stores. Here in the UK, we've got a chain of stores called Home Bargains. Needless to say, I don't need to tell you what they sell. Okay, so that's that done. Right, okay. Now, I was trying to think of a colour theme for this evening, and you know, I'm not really sure I've got one, so I think I want to keep to... I think I'm going to stick to some blues and turquoises, because I'm in that kind of mood. So, I think what I'm going to start with, my friends, if we can whiz onto chest cam just for a moment, buddy. Thank you. So I think what I'm going to start with, this this purple metallic. That's going to be colour number one. I'm going to keep my white out because I'm going to need a lot of white, especially as we finish this one off. I'm going to need a lot of white. Okay, so I'm going to start predominantly with some darker colours. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm going to use some green. Oh, literally.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Yeah, I'm not a fan of green. Never have been. I don't know why. It's got its place. I'm just not a fan. Right. Okay, let's get some colours going with. So it's going to be a bit odd this evening because I'm going to use this. I've only used this technique, I think, on live stream number 6 or 7. Zane, I hear you asking for Suarez blue. Yeah, I still haven't got any in, I'm afraid. Still waiting. Sorry. I'll try my best. There is a tin here somewhere. I'm just not sure if I could tease any out. Yes, Tanya, definitely purple. So Tim, you're asking for a fruit and cake theme, right? Fair enough. Yeah, I don't know what that means. Okay, Derek Austin, Tanya, Denise Weeks, Glasgow Garage Gallery Curator, green and yellow and gold leaf. Well, gold we can certainly do. Might be able to put some yellow in later. I just want to get another purple to work with, but I don't want that one because that looks like a well-known chocolate bar. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Let's get the first piece of wood done. And I'm going to go in with the big guns. Look at that bad boy. So all I'm going to do is literally coat this. I'm going to start placing some blocks on. The red is dry, by the way. Don't worry about that. That's from a previous project many moons ago. Right. Okay, if we can get onto chest cam then, buddy. So we're going to make a bit of a mess now, my friends. I think I'm going to actually do this somewhere where I'm not going to slip over. Let's do it over here. Okay. Right, so I'm going to use this to hold it, so I'm going to paint this edge. So we're just going to go with single colours now, and I guess this is like what kids do in school, you know, when they cut potatoes in half, and it's just an elaborate version of that. So, Kurt Rich, was that? Kurt Rich. What type of gel mediums do I use? No idea what one of those is, I'm afraid. Never used one. This is enamel paint, which I have specially made for me. And I wear a mask because it essentially wants to kill you all the time. So this is trying to stop me from killing myself. But no, unfortunately gel mediums, not something I use, I'm afraid. Right, if we can go to overhead cam then, buddy. Let's get one on, shall we? Here we go. Oh, hi Kat, you're in South Africa. Excellent. Gosh, we're really getting quite a reach this evening, aren't we? Yes, as Big Worm said, don't forget to hit the like button. Alright, if you're liking what you see so far, please do give us a thumbs up. That would be particularly awesome. Alright, okay. Let's get the first one on. Okay. Got quite a few of these to do, so what's interesting about this method, and it happens every time of course, when you put a base coat on beforehand, you're then picking paint up as well as putting paint down. So at all points you're kind of picking paint up, redistributing it, and then that's just my foot, and then sticking it somewhere else. So let's go for another one. Let's see how we can define this. Okay, I'll try not to kill myself in the process. Whoa, what just happened there? All right, okay, so we haven't got quite. Oh well, that'll do. That's all right. Do you know what? I'm going to make that a bit bigger, just because I can. All right, there we go. Now there will be a get out of jail card here, ladies and gents, so if it all goes spectacularly wrong live on camera, there is one way of getting out of it if sort of we're 35 minutes in and it all looks rubbish, or I should say if I'm not happy with it. There is no rubbish. Right, okay. Now typically, I've got an itch on my nose now. Oh, that's annoying. Which camera are you on, dude? I'd have to be like this, and it's inside the. Ada's going to have to make me a straw so I can drink through the mask. Oh dear. Yes, Michael. Happy accidents do happen for a reason. Jack Nelson. Yeah, I love purple too much. Well, do you know what, Jack? Let's get in with the purple, eh? Just because you like it and I like it and we all like it, so let's get some purple on. So I'm going to mix this on the bench. Let's get this one on. So I'm just going to do a series of short lines to begin with. Like I said, starting in the darker colours. Now the real fun and the real intrigue happens when I start using the longer tools and when the lines start to cross each other. So now the kinds of things I'm thinking are, which way do I want to go, what kind of thing am I wanting to achieve? Well, I've already got a game plan in my head. So pretty much, apart from the colour and choosing the tool, I know pretty much what I want the painting to actually look like. Now in the early stages, of course, you know, don't quote me, it's all a bit like, what is he doing? You know, it's just he's just pressing stuff on the canvas, but the big decisions happen towards the end, so we'll just see if we can get through these fairly quickly. Alright, so I'm going to do a few more of those because I really like that colour. There we go, so I'm just going to reapply that and I'll have a look at some of the comments in a minute. Bear with me, let's just get a few more of these on. Right, I'm going to cross a couple now because I want to go in with the bright colours very shortly. So Tanya's asking, yes, how often is it I would scrap a piece because I don't like it? Interestingly, with quite alarming regularity, as AD will testify to, because he normally fishes them out of the dumpster and says, no, let's keep it. It's such a tricky thing. I'd say probably 40% goes in the bin. I think some of that, to be honest with you, is, you know, because when you operate at a point where you're trying things for the first time, you know, as far as personal things go, you kind of have to go through a learning process, and I've got a number of techniques where I'm reasonably adept at them by now, but then of course I've got other things, you know, similar to this. I've not really constructed one like this before, solely out of just using the tools, So we really are sort of, you know, playing a little bit in the wind. But why shouldn't we use tonight as a little bit of fun between us, you know, and have a look? And, you know, if it's going well, it goes well. If it doesn't, you know, you move on and carry on for the next week. So we've all got to keep trying, haven't we? We've all got to keep trying to make things better. So my base coat was white and grey, yes, Sadie just asked me. Yeah, white and silver, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to start and bring some of these in now. Because the other thing I wanted to do, the reason why I went in with a white base coat, with a hint of grey, silvery grey, is that I actually want to leave some of the, what's on behind, I want to leave it there so you can see the lightness coming through, hence why I'm putting darker on for now. And then as I can walk around the painting, I'm going to then be making decisions on what I'm going to add to and what I'm not, if that makes any sense. Right, we're going to leave that one there because I'm going to come back to that. Okay, gloves are melting. Let's put some fresh gloves on. So Elizabeth, I don't reuse. Are you saying do I reuse my canvas? No. No, I don't. It's very difficult to add back to them again, to be honest, unless you're going for a particular kind of effect. Well, you know, for these particular ones at the moment, my particular effect probably isn't going to allow me to get too much more in the way of paint on once I've finished a complete sitting, if you like, if that makes any sense. Okay, so for me, rod line, what's the most important part of the process? The final product, is the process or the final product the one that brings you the most joy? Definitely the final product. I mean, without the shadow of a doubt. The final product really is the bit that allows you to remember all the stuff in between. And of course, the painting really is the ultimate reminder of that particular point. So I can't think of any better way to celebrate that than to sit and stare at something every day. So yeah, definitely the end result. You know, we do go through an awful lot of stress and pain and heartache here trying to get things right. Believe me, we do. Especially if you could have seen us yesterday. You know, so having an end result, something you can go, oh man, I love that. You know, they're the break points that you need to kind of add a little bit of normality to things. Makes you realise you're doing okay. And that's nothing to do with whether you sell anything, it's about how you feel about what you do, and that's a very, very important thing to have. Hello Atelier, hello, how are you? Very nice of you to join us, thank you very much. Yeah, so being able to paint with hands, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Who said that? I'll answer your question a second, Matthew. Mayday, yeah, it'd be nice to do with my hands, but unfortunately the gloves all melt, so I don't get that luxury, I'm afraid. Yeah, Matthew, so just to answer your question, and thanks, it's a very good one. These are enamel paints, so they're an oil-based product, but not very much like any traditional oil-based paint you might be used to using. At their source and at their heart, they are a benzene-derived resin paint. So there's a byproduct of producing diesel, which is what the resin's made out of, and that's basically what forms the paint. Into the paints goes pigment and dryers, stabilising solution, and a couple of other wizardry chemicals, and that's the basis of what the paint is. So Teresa's asking, what's the one reason why I like working with enamel paint? You get to do that. It's a really good question actually, and to be honest, I think it's a couple of reasons, and I'm eyeing up the pink now. Oh.
No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow, so just do it! Make your dreams come true! Nothing is impossible! No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it!
Yeah, so the reason, thanks for a little interlude there. The reason why I like enamel paints, there is something very, I think they're a challenge. People don't tend to use them very often because they are very difficult to use. You need to go to quite some lengths to not only protect your own health and safety, but to get a half decent result out of them. And right from the very start, I didn't want to do the same as, well, what was expected, shall we say. So I just wanted to choose a different route, and this is what has happened over the course of the years. They're also very, very hard to work with, which is another challenge, and because of that, not many people tend to bother, unfortunately. But we do. Yeah, very good observations there, Zane. Thank you for that. Yeah, I mean, like I say, this is a thing that I've never really done before, so I've got no way of knowing exactly what's going to happen. I've got a rough idea. Now, of course, I'm slightly panicked that I'm going to run out of time because I want to do something else for you guys as well. So I'm like, ah! Well, yeah, thanks, Funny Fox. That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, it's that age-old problem. When do you stop? Sorry, when do you start? When do you stop on something? And sometimes it's easy, and sometimes it isn't. And it's just a question of getting used to it. And there are some natural break points in paintings where you think, yeah, I'm done. And yet with others, you can really, really struggle. So I guess things are just an evolution. I always tend to see things in my head and then we'll try and work out how I'm going to be able to do it or translate that into paint and canvas. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but at all points, which camera are we on, buddy? But at all points I've always got this very questioning mind. What if? How can I? What happens if I do this? Could I do that? And it's usually born out of being able to see something in my mind and then having the desire to create it, usually with great pain and stress. Yeah, Hazel, yay, we need some gold, Hazel. Darn right. Okay. Yeah, I was just going to talk to my colleague and say, yes, I did that when you were putting the extractor on, mate. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit more orange now. Now I've got some dribbles and drops, which is quite interesting. So where's my other orange going to go? Let's get you in the middle, about there. And then I'm just setting myself up for an orange. Are we on overhead, are we? Yeah, so I'm going to set myself up for a vertical orange, which is the way you're looking at it, even though this will be square when it's finished. Okay, that's all right, that's not too bad. Now I do understand that because the lens on the overhead camera could have a little bit of a fisheye on it, there's every possibility that this is going to look a little bit odd and a little bit curious, but I'm trying to get my lines as roughly straight as possible. Now, I've just had a thought, and I'm going to do something in a minute. Now it's developing. I can almost hear my colleague outside going, no, don't do it. But I might drag a few of these lines, and I'll explain that as we go along. I'm just going to do a quick time check with my colleague. How long have we been on air, buddy? Thank you very much. 35 in. Right, I'm going to pop a horizontal orange on. Excuse me, I'm going to have to apologies. Yeah, I'm going to horizontal orange, and then we'll have a look at some comments and answer some of your questions. So do keep them coming, ladies and gents. I really will try and answer as many as I possibly can whilst... Oh, get off. Yes, Rod, you're absolutely right about the ingestion through the skin of the chemicals, and that's why I've got very well protected. I've got 3 layers on under my top. Anything that falls onto the skin I normally get rid of straight away, but I can always feel when the gloves are starting to go, because they can last anything from 3 or 4 minutes to about 20, but always wary of the gloves because they do have a finite life when you're working with these. Mask filters are always changed regularly, so I'm very, very particular on the health and safety. We have to operate under very, very strict conditions anyway, but yes, have to be very mindful because they're pretty nasty. Right, just getting the orange on now because I just want to get these happy colours on. I'm going to pop some yellow on. Definitely think we're going to have a little soups on a yellow, and then I'm going to show you something which I'm going to do before we move on to the circles. Right, so hopefully I reckon we'll go with about that. It's not too bad. See if I can walk across it. Look, I don't know. Am I gonna...
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Yay!
I tell you, this technique is cool. Love the structure of the wood in the combination with the paint. Thank you so much. Okay. Hello everyone, graffiti art from the Bronx. Hey John from the Bronx, how are you doing? Thanks for joining us. Mayday said a great way of demystifying the artistic process. Thank you very much. Denise Weeks, I see an E and an A. Excellent. Right, let's get that off before it dries. Okay. I mean, I could literally go on for hours with this, just keep on interlacing all these colours. So what I'm going to do now, just because we can, so while we're on the overhead, this is the bit we want. This is the bit we want, ladies and gents, because, there it is. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to go with a quick blast with some mineral thinners, which is thinners designed to go with the paints. All this really does is just literally just prevent the drying a little bit, so it's a retarder for the drying compounds. And then because it has a reaction now to thin, it adds itself, it congeals with the molecules, and creates a longer structure, which makes it more viscous. So it means then that I can start to maneuver it around. So I'm just going to do this because I'm kind of feeling that I need to go somewhere with it. So I've got to be so careful now. So I'm going to drag this a little bit and let's just see where we're at. Okay, here we go. Are we going to get any movement here? A little bit. There we go. So I'm going to be very mindful now of the pressures. I mean pressures, not precious. My pressures. Of the pressure that I place on the squeegee. Okay, because what I don't want to do now is just pull all the paint off, but I still want to have... Right, so I'm going to put this towards the left side, so I'm not making such a big indent. Let's just get rid of that. And the whole reason I think I want to do this, I just suddenly thought, oh, do you know what, I don't know what was going through my head. Anyway. So Murray, you got minus 21 Celsius, goodness me. We're worrying about how mild it is here. You got it proper cold there. Fair play. Right. I've gone quiet for a reason now. I'm just trying to think about what I'm doing before I put the next load of paint on. Right, let's just get this dealt with. I think I know what I'm going to do next. Yeah, okay, let's have a look. Let's take this way just for a minute. Yeah, I'm going to delineate these lines now. I want to get rid of them. Not totally, but because I've still got some viscosity in the paint that's drying underneath, I think I want to get them all fused together a little bit more just before I lose them. Now you can see the role that the base layer plays, because now I can almost mute these out. I can almost bring them out as dare I say, pastels. Oh! So we'll just get this done, and then we're going to have a little look at the comments. I'm going to get the gold out. We'll get some gold and purple out. Let's see what we can do. All right. This is. Oh, that's nice. That blue. Yeah. That's more like it. Let's take that this way a little bit. Okay. So you can see in places now where the paint's starting to dry that it's not taking so well because it's not able to move. But that's fine, because as we then put a little bit more paint on it, we're going to end up moving it in different ways. And of course, now these are new blends that are appearing. Let's just see, let's just straighten that up because that feels like it went pulled to the left a bit. Straighten that up. Yeah, what I was saying, so yeah, even these, because these will be in the process of drying as well, because I'm going to give them a spray in a minute, that these are then going to oh, things come out. Hi Kim, nice of you to join us. I'll have a look at the comments in just a sec. Yeah, I'm just spinning 50 plates at the moment, guys, so please bear with me. It'll all make sense, especially as I start to add more paint to this. Yeah, I think I know where I want to take this now. Yeah, that's it. Don't forget, my lovely friends, if you haven't already subscribed, please do so. We've got a stack of really exciting things due. I mean, we literally have spent, Adi and I, all Christmas racking our brains as to what kind of fresh content and nice things can we bring you this year. Yeah, now we're really starting to build up these live streams, and we're getting such a brilliant response that you all really seem to be enjoying, you know, the kinds of things that we're doing and giving you an insight into what goes on. You know, certainly in Suarez HQ, I can't say it's typical of most artists, but it's a little bit different, and different is always good in my book. So, okay, well we've got our base now, which is fine, so now we can really start to make this sing and dance. So I'm just going to have a minute just having a look now over at the comments. Felicity, thank you very much. Hi Kim Ray. What else we got? James, indoor sounds better than cold. Yeah. Cara Hines, how much can you thin these paints? Would you be able to get a watercolour effect, transparent washes and such? Yes, Cara, you can. And they will literally go into water, so they're really flexible. Loving what you're doing with a squeegee from Park City, Utah. Hello Dagmar, how are you? The Rita, hello to you. Thanks Wendy. Kurt Rich, gel medium, you can extend your colours, excellent for creating transparencies. Excellent. I'm assuming then, Kurt, that is, you use that with acrylics? I'm sure you'll educate me. Matthew, would love to hear your thoughts on how you approach composition of your work. Well, thanks Matthew. I think as we progress through the live streams, that's some of the things that I want to do, is obviously as we approach different techniques on different weeks, hopefully there'll be information that I can talk about. We can ask specific questions about these compositions. In terms of this one, just changing gloves again, because now we're going to go in with the big colours. In terms of composition, I've done these kinds of paintings on odd occasions before. This is just all about grids and lines and intersections. What I don't tend to, I like to have focal points in my work, things that will, you know, frame the painting, things that will grab your eye, things that will give you your attention and allow the rest of your body to breathe, if you like, while you take the whole painting in. Having said that, I also like things that don't have focal points, but again, it just depends on the composition and what you're trying to achieve, really. So it's never an easy subject to cover, but you know, we'll get there at some point. Okay, I'm going to do a few more very small drags, and these are going to go in with some interesting colours. Hi Barbs. Now I did mention earlier that the painting winner hasn't come forward, so for those of you that are new, let me just fill you in with that once more. We did, well, I painted 2 paintings as a giveaway for you to make a choice, that if you were the lucky winner, which one would you like, with the whole point of being able to give it away, yeah, for free, anywhere on the globe. But the winner that we pulled at random on the 30th of January so far hasn't come through, so we can't contact them, so we've got no way of giving them the painting that they won. Yeah, Barbs, I completely get you, but don't forget, in another 4,500 subscribers time we'll hit 20,000, and at that point we're going to be giving away another painting, so it's please do stay tuned and keep on it, because I'm true to my word. I'm going to keep giving things away. Why not? It's fun. You've only got one life. Let's get on and live it. Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy it, you know. I've got my fair share of critics, don't get me wrong, But at the end of the day, which camera are you on, buddy? On the overhead, yeah? Okay. At the end of the day, I don't care. They can say what they like. I'm just going to do what I want. Anywho, right. Shall we have some lime green? Let's have a shout out for lime green. Oh, yeah. Okay, right, let's get these pulled out then. So I'm going to take the orange first. I'll work these quite quickly. Let's get these done. Let's get some accent, proper colour on now, look. Okay, 45 minutes in. I think we're probably only going to get one done tonight, ladies and gents, but that's okay. It's not about the quantity, it's all about having a bit of fun. Okay. It's all about the quality and the experience, eh? Oh, the blue's disappeared. Right, so I'll probably need to go back over that because it's swung out a little bit. So let's see if we can remedy that. Let's see if we can rescue that. Right. Okay, should we pull the line through? Let's do the line. Actually, let's do them together. Well, Chris, yeah, of course you can. You just got to be subscribed, and then when we hit 20,000, we'll record another video, offer 2 more paintings, or something like that, and yes, you'll be in with a shout just like everybody else, my friend. Just keep subscribed, keep watching. That's all you got to do. Right, so on chest cam now. Yeah, the lime's really defining that now. That's gorgeous in here. Very nice. So we've just lost it down this end. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to then meet this just here. Okay, well, let's just see if I can tease that. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. So I just found something else out. Okay. That's a different way of treating my lines. So I'm going to be doing something now so we're on all 4 cameras now, so I'm going to be treating this line and doing the grid. So just before I go into black, oh, do you know what? I think I might have to put a drop of red. Okay, let's try that. See how we go. Yeah, what do we think on red then, everyone? Should we do a red? I'm going to ask my colleague what it looks like on the overhead. I'm wondering if yellow actually might be a better one, and maybe a yellow and a red. Let's just do it. Should we do it?
Do it! Just do it! Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true! Nothing is impossible! No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can!
Now, I say historically because we haven't been doing it that long. Historically, what I've been doing is doing one way and one the other. So now I come towards the end of it and I'm going to do the accents. Apart from the black, I just want to go for some singles because having established this is basically orange and green, the more I put on of these, the more I'm going to lose of that colour. So I've got to be very, very mindful now that I don't lose that. So if I'm going to take red and take it that way, I'm going to take the single pink now and take it off the other way, and it's going to cover some of the green up, but not a lot. Who's going to be loving it that I've put pink on, eh? Right. Right, let's have a look. Okay, so see if we can bring this back from being wishy-washy to something really nice. Easy does it. I bet that looks quite strong now. So what the black and white will do at the end is kind of tone this down quite a bit. Yeah, I think we're going to come to our circles in a couple of weeks. We're not going to get a chance to do that tonight. Never mind, that's alright. Well, next week we've got the super whiz-bang world-beating thing, so yeah, we're going to have a lot of content over the forthcoming weeks here, ladies and gents. So, like I say, please do keep joining us. Right, let's get that stretched out a bit more. That's better. Okay. Right, that's better on that one. So I need to do this on here now and do the same, and just got to check my lines. So I'm putting a slightly more pressure on now, as you can see. Well, this is just going to help me define my lines, and then I'm going to ease off the pressure at the end, and then I can always then define these particular segments then when I go with the black and the white. Talking of which, now I'm now going to lay on, where is here's my favourite one. There we go, Old Faithful. Check that bad boy out. So I'm just going to do black and white now, and these hopefully will define, actually, here we go. What have we got in the comments? What types of lights do you have opted for? LED? Yes, they are LED, Derek. Yeah, car spray videos, yeah. Tim Stanton, yeah. James, red, love the colour, can't spell it. How mysterious about next week, says Funny Fox. Please tell way more. No, sorry, can't do that. Rodline, I'd imagine working like you do, you always have to be on the edge of beautiful interacting colours and moment when it turns to brown grey sludge. Yes, you're so right. You could always get the brown sludge moment. It's not a good one. Okay, so I'm thinking I might just balance this side up now. So let's just we've got a little bit of gold on, which is nice. I don't want to go too garing, so I think I'm just going to drop on a single melon. Let's go on chest cam. Right, let's get the melon open. I'll have a bit of melon, well, sunshine yellow, melon yellow, that kind of thing. I'll be very careful now. I think I'm going to take it from... Where am I going to take it? No, I'm going to have to take it from the top, I think. And we're just going to do a single one down. And then I'm going to finish where I started, which is the pressing of the wood. And then we'll define the various segments and areas with that. Okay, so this is the last one on the squeegee we're going to take. Right, let's just get that done. Right, Denise, you gave up a lunch date for this. Thank you so much. I'm very happy to hear, not happy to hear that you missed it, but enormously humbled and grateful. Thank you so much. Now, what did I do with my metallic purple? Because it's one thing that we missed right from the start. It's kind of all got chewed up and lost. Now I'm really struggling to find out where I stuck it back on the rack, which is pretty embarrassing. Okay, well, I'm definitely going to try and find that because I wouldn't mind putting some of that on. Okay, no problem. Tell you what we're going to do. While AD has a zoom in on that, let's get the black out. Okay, there's the black. Let's get some definition on now, because I can imagine on the camera it probably looks like a little bit garish, but let's tone it down a bit. Let's get some of these areas defined. So we're on the all four cameras. That's my favourite one, all four cameras, actually. I love seeing it there. Right, okay. So let's get this one here. Hey, Casey from California. Hello, good evening to you. Hope things are going well for you on your lunch break. Thank you very much for joining us, especially on your lunch break when you could be free and doing nice... doing nice things. You are doing something nice. You're watching us. You know what I mean. Thank you. It's very, very kind of you to tune in and watch us going a bit crazy. I wish someone all four cams, mate. That's good. Thank you. Right, this could look quite good on the all camera shot now, because I'm going to lay one of the one of the pieces of wood on. Okay, here we go. Make or break time. Right. Okay, let's go for one there. Yeah, I like that. See if I can walk across it. Here we go. Oh, blimey. Things I do, eh? Could be sat at home watching Netflix. Right, first black on, second one has got to go inside. No, outside, I think. That's better. I can get this defined. Thunder and lightning in Sydney. From Camp Cosm. Thunder and lightning in Sydney. Suarez is a rainmaker. Well, I'm not sure about that, but I'm very glad you're getting some rain over there. I really am. It's good to hear. Okay, so I've got to go with a shorter pole now for the black because I'm not quite done. I just want to get maybe one more on. But this is just going to help us define some of the areas now. Okay, so let's get one more on. Really making a proper mess now. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's get this on quick as we can. Okay, right, so crucially now I'm only going to go halfway, I think. Oh, do I cross? Yes, that's where it needs to go. I need to cross that, I think there, just under the gold. Right, so what do we like with that? Just up a bit, is it? Yeah. Okay, let's try that. Sorry, I've got my bottom in the air. Whew. Dang, that's a big one. I need a single just out here next to the red. Screaming at me for that. Add a bit of definition to that. Here we go, here we go. Okay, good. Right, let's get some white on. Definitely getting there. It's hard work, this painting lark. Right, okay, now I'm going to need one more pole that I haven't used so far for the white, and that's going to be tricky. So I think I'll have to use the other side of the black, won't I, for that? Okay, that's fine, let's go with that. Let's put that one there. Get my black out of the way, I obviously don't want to use the brush. So have I got one more? Yes, I have. Happy days. Right. Right, let's get some of this on. Tim, yes, the special chemical on it, special sauce. Yeah, so I'll tell you a little story. Just while I'm doing this, we got a chemical that Adi had been researching for quite some while, and we managed to find a chemical company to make it for us. This is going back about 3-4 months ago. I did a painting, which is a white background with a black and silver and gold series of movements through the centre. I only got it live on the site last night. Don't ask me why, it's taken me 10 weeks. But it was where we first used this particular chemical, and it's actually around that time that we decided, you know what, we should televise this. And that's where the whole live stream thing was born. So, Line of Sight is the first painting you see if you go into the Art for Sale section on the site. And it's finally on. That's pretty much where We got the ideas to do the live streams, so that painting owes us a lot, to be honest. So anyway, let's try that. Right, oh, gloves are going. Can I get across, do you think? It's alright, it's my ninja training coming in now. I'm quite nervous now. If I put a foot on this, no. Should I just don't know if I can risk it. Not gonna risk that. That's just folly. Right, let's get that, because I need the middle actually to be really well pressed together. There we go. Okay. Sorry, not looking at the comments at the moment. I've just got to get this finished. Oh, Hazel, yes, Suarez tartan. Yeah, believe it or not, we have done tartan before. In actual fact, you may like to know that in 2014 we opened up London Fashion Week with Suarez tartan, a fashion designer who's designed for some major blue chip companies, and also Lady Gaga is launching his collection. And he'd already got a particular tartan made, but decided that he wanted to get some painted. So we painted on canvas, and we painted the tartan. So we've actually done that before now. There's a page on the site about it, but it's quite buried, so you may not see it. But yes, you're right, we have done that before now. Okay, right, let's get finished off with a couple of smaller applications. And it's difficult, even though I've got the laptop in front of me, just to see exactly how this is forming. I can roughly see it, which is okay. So I've got a few more whites on there. Quick look at some of the comments. Thank you ever so much, everyone. Video jitters now and then. Yeah, sorry, it might be our internet connection here, Cara. Much apologies. Thank you, Denise. Naomi Wendy. Thanks, it must be me. Okay, yeah. Bottom left area, Kurt. Yeah, thanks, Kurt. That's really kind of you. Derek, try a window refresh, else YouTube could be... Oh, I see, yes, okay. Suarez tartan, cool. Excellent. Yes, so we are definitely getting there, ladies and gents. Just a little bit more now. I need to go on with the white, because I just want to freshen. Keep this really light and fresh. That's the whole point. You know, it's dark and miserable here in the UK. We haven't had the best of weather recently, and when I can shut myself into the paint pod here, I can literally create anything. So I think this is a nice point at which we can all enjoy something a bit nice and a bit colourful. Right, so I'm going to do some intersections now. Are we on the overhead, are we, buddy? Okay, so this is quite important. I need to balance some of these lines up. So I think I'm going to go with... Let's get a white over here. Oh, gosh, where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? Come on, Ed, think. You've done it often enough. Where are we going to go? Where are we going to go? I need something in the centre along that pink line. I need to go across here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this for a single colour in the centre in a moment. Maybe that nice Piaget green, just a small one. So then I'm thinking I'm going round here to define the areas. So I need to go across ways now. That's horizontal the way you guys are looking at it. So let's get one here. Let's get one there. There we go. Decision made. There we go. Get one in there. That's fine. And I want to get one opposing. I think it's got to be here actually, because I'm not too happy with that line. So let's bring the line in balance. Now, when I'm doing this over the top, I can be very, very forgiving with these, because I can literally cover up any mistakes I make. And redefine the boundaries of where the line should be, which is quite interesting. It's quite a forgiving technique. This whole Suarez tartan, I love that. Okay. So that's breaking the red a little bit. Just think I might need to do that again. But I'll quite fancy popping another white in somewhere as well. So I think what I might do is just go for one there. Let's go for one there. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Okay, almost done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for bearing with me tonight. I was hoping to get the second one done. Awfully sorry. We didn't get round to doing that. Yeah, so Jack, if I was base coating, then I'd normally have to wait 4 days for the base coat to be in a position where I could go back over the top of it. But because we were going straight over that this evening, just got to change my gloves, then really, realistically speaking, whatever we finish with tonight is going to take probably 5 to 6 days to fully cure, enough to move it, hang it and photograph it. So. Yeah, Bobs, we're not doing circles on top of this, unfortunately. What I wanted to try and do was to get the circles onto another canvas, because I haven't used those cutouts before. But I think certainly for tonight, and so that I don't leave everyone for the next 3 hours just sat by the TV thinking or their laptop thinking, no, I want to go home. I can't. I've got things to do. We will wrap it up fairly soon as I got the last few colours on here. Okay, talking of which, I now just want to look at that lime and pink area in the centre, because that's just lacking a bit of definition for me. Now the red is also quite strong, so I'm fairly mindful of that. So I want to tone a couple of these things down just a little bit. So I'm going to pull out one of my favourites, which is this Piaggio green, which I'm just going to do a quick application of. Oh dear, that looks like it's set. No, it doesn't. There we go. Happy days. Phew. Right, so I want one further piece of wood. Looks like we're using quite a few tonight. And are we on corner cam, are we? Aha, there we are. I can see you now. Right, so let me just get some of this on. And here we go, because I don't want to use any more brushes. I'm going to go, oh, there goes my communication with AD. Microphone's fallen off, darn it. Okay, let's click that back on. Okay, not to worry. Right, let's get that spread out with the old fingers. Ooh, lovely. It's like putting icing onto cakes. That's where we came in on with cakes, wasn't it? Funny how it all works out. Right, so the one area I'm not happy with is this bit in the middle. I'm just not sure which way I'm going to attack it, because it literally is right in the centre. So let's just get it in there. And then it's done, isn't it? Ooh, nice. Okay, yeah, that's all right. So I think I need some of that up here, to be honest with you. Okay, let's or do I go here? I think there. Let's go for that. Let's straighten that bit up there. Look, that's good. That's nice. That works there. Good combos. Don't mind that. Whoa. Whoops. Whoopsie. Okay. Yeah, and I think we'll have one more here. That's nice. That works for me. That's good. Don't mind that. Okay. Right, just missing a couple of things. We're nearly done. What's the time check, buddy? Okay, fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for bearing up. Good night, Funny Fox. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. Good night to you. And George. Good night, George. Be good. Okay. These last few applications before we sign off are always going to be the real critical ones. And answering a question from earlier, how do you know when it's done? Oh, looks, it's sticking now. That's a sure sign the paint's gone. Can't really do a lot. Okay, so I probably need to stop there. Okay, right, so let's have a look at that. So what I'm going to do now, just so you can get an idea of this, ladies and gents, is I'm just going to move this, just so you can see some of the edges a bit more defined, hopefully, move it away from some of the overspill. Alright, now, just going to give this a tiny little spray. Again, I'm just using mineral thinners. What this does, this has a reaction to the gold in particular, so it will help bring some of those lovely shapes out. And I'm going to give the... No, I'm not. I'm going to stop. I was just going to give something else a bit of a tweak, but do you know what? I don't think I will. Okay. Right, let's have a look at that. Okay, so I think probably we will stop there. Actually, do you know what I might do? I might just turn this. Let's just see it from a slightly different perspective, shall we? Let's see if I can get this round without wrecking it. Let's have a look at it from there, look. Okay, with the red at the bottom. Might be the orientation I'd have it, I think, I'm not sure. Interesting. Okay, right, well we've had some fun. Okay, so what have we got? Painting looks like quite a workout. Yes, it is. Yes, I'll sleep well, hopefully sleep well tonight. It is quite a workout, to be honest with you. But that's just the way it is, you know, these things get quite physical, and you wear a mask and on the go, and the brain thing, and the chatting and the thinking, and it is quite intense. And of course we're just doing this, you know, for a bit of a fun, for a bit of insight into what goes on here. But like I said, in a couple of weeks' time, corner cam, did you say, buddy? In a couple of weeks' time, hopefully, if I could persuade the client, you know, and they're thinking about it, to come in here and actually do it, it's proper serious time then. So I think that will be really good for you to see a slightly different way of how things will work, because then I've got to absolutely get it right. You know, here, if this doesn't work, tomorrow's another day. Who cares? Anyway, so don't forget, my lovely friends, please do give us a subscribe. If you like what you've seen, there's a host of stuff on the channel. It's really quite interesting. And don't forget, we are live streaming every single Wednesday at 7:30 London time, without fail, here every week. We don't even have summer holidays here. So please do join us, and don't forget to give us a like. Thumbs ups are really good. If you've got comments about what you've seen tonight, particularly if you've seen it for the first time, we would really, really love your feedback. We're always trying to get things better, more improved, more slick, and at the end of the day, for something that you really want to enjoy and come back to week after week. So, you know, we can't do this without you. So if you have any feedback for us, please do let us know. Always, always so grateful. Okay, let's just have a look at the comments. Thank you, Zane, that's really kind. You have fresh air pumped in so you can breathe, says Kim. No, I just have the ambient air that's in here, but the particulate filters filter down to such a degree that they don't let the airborne vapours enter the mask, so it's just filtered out. So unfortunately I don't have air. You know, I'm at the behest of the efficiency of the filters in the mask, so it can get a bit laboured after a while, especially if I'm trying to get more air than the mask is able to get in at any one time. A bit like scuba diving. Thank you, Matthew. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Really appreciate it, Matthew. Thank you so much. Felicity, no, thank you. Barb's End, yes, I'm glad you could see the clean lines of the edges. We will take photos at some point and post them back. Sjoerd van Hinthen, thank you again. You inspire me. It's kind of unreal seeing this painting come to life. Genuinely, that is amazingly kind of you. Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. I don't know what to say. Paul Ambler, thanks, man. That's really kind of you. KC, back to work here. Looking forward to seeing the hung painting. We will probably be in a couple of weeks. We'll try and post some photos of that for you. Stefan Oliver, wow to you, Stefan. Thank you so much. Bob Zen, Laters. I can't possibly name you all individually here. Wendy, awesome. That's brilliant. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sticking with us for this amount of time. We got at least one done, so that's a little bit of fun. Hopefully we've had tonight. If you've been new to the channel, and new to seeing this live. I hope that's given you some indication about some of the crazy stuff that goes on here. Trust me, next week is one you do not want to miss. I have no idea what's going to happen, but it is truly something to behold. It could be the biggest, it'd be like just the biggest disaster you've ever seen, but it could be the greatest thing you've ever seen. So do make sure you're here live 7:30 in a week's time. I really hope it's going to be something pretty special. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, all sincerely on behalf of Adrian and myself, for watching this evening, for your time, for your thoughts and your comments, and for being part of the family. We can't do it without you. I know it's a labour. Every week I say the same thing, but it's good to be appreciated, and we appreciate you tuning in. So thank you so much. It makes the effort we put into it utterly worth it, and we do appreciate it. Okay, great. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a fantastic rest of day, and we do look forward to seeing you this time next week for something a little bit tasty. Have a very good day. We'll sign off. We're going to roll some credits, and we'll see you next week.